All right, Jayborino here. Welcome back. Playing some more StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. We are playing All In. This is the finale of Wings of Liberty. We are playing the air version because our locked-in mission prior to this was Belly of the Beast.
It seems my faith in your abilities has been vindicated, Commander Raynor. Now the final blow must be struck. Use the artifact to neutralize the Queen of Blades and bring this bloodshed to an end.
The Engineer Corps is moving the Xel'Naga artifact to the base of the primary hive cluster. We'll entrench the last of our defenses all around it. Unfortunately, it's going to take some time to charge up the device for a strike against the Queen of Blades. Intel provided by the Mobius Foundation suggests that the Zerg will be attracted by the artifact's pulse emanations. Once it's activated, all nearby Zerg will go into a frenzy trying to reach it.
There's no way we can beat a sustained Zerg attack with what we got left.
The artifact itself may help with that. According to Intel, it can discharge what they're calling an energy nova that should kill any Zerg within its radius.
Whoa.
It takes time to recharge after each use. Otherwise, this would be easy. You'll have to activate the energy nova manually. Fortunately, it pulses on a subsonic frequency, so we'll be immune to its effects.
Recharge or no, I'll take all the help we can get right now, General. Remember, Kerrigan's still out there waiting for us.
How could we forget?
Alright, this one's no joke. I'll just say now I do not plan on playing the alternate version of All In. We're just playing the air version. I do think the air version is harder, that's for sure.
You've brought me the Xel'Naga artifact. It was good of you to save me the trouble of finding it for myself.
Warning. Large Zerg force incoming.
We're not ready for this many. We'll have to use the artifact.
An impressive defense, but not nearly impressive enough. My forces are without number, and yours are dwindling by the minute. This can only end one way.
Okay, we got lots of SCVs. I'd recommend building a second command center every time.
Commander, the Zerg will try to overrun us soon. You should build bunkers and train more units as soon as possible. If things get out of hand, use the energy nova to clear out your base. The recharge time is pretty fast, so don't hesitate to use it.
Okay, so Perdition turrets and Vikings. Lots and lots of both of those things. So let's load up these bunkers. We can get second bunkers as well. We're gonna grab Perdition turrets to surround our bunkers. Like more than a couple, for sure. We'll grab like second bunkers, and then side disruptors also gonna be really useful. Let's load them up. And then we're gonna line this whole area with Perdition turrets. Should help quite a bit. And grab second bunkers. And again, I made a second command center. Even in the ground version, I would recommend that. And we're gonna make Perdition turrets inside of our base as well, because they do tend to drop just random crap in our base, which is irritating. I'm also gonna grab an SCV and run him up here to make a bunker right on this edge. Should help. And we'll load that up with Marines. And then we're gonna start making Vikings. We're gonna need lots of them. So we might as well start now. And I'm also gonna grab 2 extra armories. You can also get ground upgrades for our infantry as well.
Minerals.
As if they're air upgrades for your infantry.
Is under attack.
Okay, here we go. Already starting. Let's get some basic turrets as well, missile turrets. And we're gonna be constantly sending more and more SCVs to the sides here. We also are gonna need a few more. We're definitely gonna need a few more tanks at each entrance as well. Okay, there we go. Looking good. And then when you're done, why don't you just throw down a second bunker. And we want more Perdition turrets as well. I'm gonna like completely line this area with Perdition turrets. It'll help out quite a bit.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Okay, let's grab 2 more armories.
The artifact's energy nova is fully recharged.
Okay, that's fine. I don't plan on using it just yet. Let's load these fellas in. get more Perdition turrets around the sides, and then just lots and lots of SCVs. And again, like, don't mess around on this map. It's pretty tough. I think it's hit or miss with when Kerrigan comes. When Kerrigan shows up, you could lose at that moment. Every time. It just depends on how it goes. The Energy Nova, there's 2 achievements. One is to use it a lot, and one is to only use it once. I think I'll just play it by ear.
Your forces are under attack.
I think I'll just play it by ear. I am tempted to use it a lot. Okay, let's get more Perdition turrets again. Just completely surround the bunkers. That'll help with the surface area as well. And we want to get more SCVs up top as well, like a bunch. And we're going to line this with turrets. Extra turrets. And these battlecruisers will most likely get killed by Kerrigan if we're being straight. Okay, and now it's time, I think, for side disruptors, and throw these as close to the front as possible. That does disrupt. That unfortunately disrupts where your SCVs can get into repair, but frankly, I think it's worth it.
Heads up, sir. I'm detecting a large group of Zerg flyers heading straight for the artifact.
Okay, let's start getting more Vikings and science vessels. I'm getting a second starport. I'm not really that worried about these flyers. We got SCVs up here. And I'm gonna get a psi emitter, or a psi disruptor rather, up here as well. Every little bit. And we can throw some medics up there as well. We're gonna need Marines to kill Kerrigan. We don't have enough minerals for that right now. That's what mules are for, though. We're pretty well saturated, and as long as we just put out a bunch of SCVs at each location constantly, we're in good shape. Our battlecruisers can help us against Broodlords for now, while we're still working on getting more Vikings out. And then I'm going to start making Perdition turrets around for when the Overlords come, because they start dropping Overlords. So I'm going to get like a Perdition turret in my mineral line, and then turrets, normal turrets around this area. Again, every little extra bit helps. Then we'll queue up extra supply depots and Perdition turrets down here as well. Okay, and I would love to get some science vessels. We can just barely afford them now, so we need to get our Vikings in position.
Lots of Zerg flyers on their way to you, sir.
There are Hell's Angels. I could just go ahead and use the artifact. Again, I don't have to. I kind of want to try to do the whole, like, don't use it a lot thing. But at the same time, I don't really have a reason to do that. Okay, so now we've got Siege Breakers. Let's try to keep these pretty far back because I don't want Kerrigan getting to these. Because she is a jerk. Just a big old jerk, you know? Okay, so we have the battlecruisers on the edge. They can help us. And see, they're dropping in like that. And we got to start getting lots and lots of Marines to deal with Kerrigan.
Your forces are under upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Okay, not enough minerals. We got +3 weapons.
Upgrade complete.
I gotta start getting Vikings in position to help us with
SCVs are under attack.
Broodlords. So like these guys can sit over here on the assumption that some will drop over here. We got some up here. And we're gonna keep them on hold position so that they can inch forward and attack Broodlords as they come into range. So like this. And then the science vessels can sit on hold position as well.
Alert. Class 12 psionic waveform detected. The Queen of Blades is inbound.
I'm tired of working through others. It's time I took a personal hand in your demise.
Roger that.
Okay, so she doesn't use any of her major abilities here. Not yet, at least. I'm just gonna kill my my Hell's Angels. So she comes with Hunter Killers, actually. And there she goes, just killing our expensive units one by one. We can out-heal her. Our Marine's already dead.
Lots of Zerg flyers on their way to you, sir.
You'll regret that.
We've driven her back. Keep it up.
Okay, well, we lost a bunch of stuff there. Let's get another side disruptor here. And we got to start remaking Vikings right away.
SCVs are under attack.
And then more Marines for
Not
when she
enough
comes back.
minerals.
Yeah, they keep dropping here, but that's why we set up these Perdition turrets, and we're going to start moving SCVs back up to the front where she did damage in very large groups. And that's why we have the extra command centers, and then the mules would keep us topped up on resources. So let's move some SCVs over to the left as well.
Base is under attack.
Okay, and yeah, so we've got one science vessel. We'll put it with the Vikings that we sent behind our base. I thought I sent some back here. Where did they go?
Base is under attack.
We're not going to need that many back there.
More Zerg flyers inbound. They're coming in behind you. Watch out.
Okay, that should be enough, the ones that we're sending.
Base is
And now we're
under
just going to
attack.
queue up lots and lots and lots of Vikings. That should be good for now. And we got this group of stuff up here, just lots of turrets. And more turrets, for that matter. And I'm going to send more SCVs up top as well. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, those broodlings will just despawn. You all move back just a little bit.
Zerg everywhere. Sir, we should activate the artifacts Nova. Ready to blunder.
I mean, I don't really feel the need to just yet. Okay, this is where the Broodlords can just start inching forward and hitting us, so we want to move the Vikings towards the edges
Our SCVs are under attack.
so that we can take these out pretty easily. There we go. And then we have a separate group of lots of Marines, and we're going to need like 1 or 2 more supply depots. We'll put those over here.
What's going on?
Cool. And then we can also just set up extra Perdition turrets and missile turrets along these areas. It really does, it just never hurts.
Sir, I'm picking up a mass of overlords heading your way. Ready your air defenses.
Ready my air defenses. Matthew, they're as good as they're going to be, let me tell you, buddy. Okay, I'd like to get more siege breakers. Are they up yet? Nope, not yet. I think we just get more normal siege tanks.
Additional base is under attack.
Kerrigan will likely kill the ones that we do have.
Base is under attack.
This is where they're going to stay. They start dropping in some Zerglings on our base, but that's fine. Let's get more upgrades. Got a decent group of Marines to help us with Kerrigan, and then we have a nice chunk of Vikings that we can move around with. We have science vessels in each location. We got to get more SCVs up to the top area. Again, pretty frantic. Pretty frantic. Let's just try to set up these Perdition turrets again.
Base is under. Class 12 psionic waveform detected. The Queen of Blades has returned.
Scour you all from my world.
Okay, she's coming in from the left this time. I still don't think she uses Razor Swarm until next time. So I want her to get pretty close to us. And then we just move in and kill her. And the Marines will soak up the fire. She basically has Immortal Hardened Shields. It's not shown, but it's there.
Incoming transmission.
Another wave of Zerg flyers, sir.
Kerrigan's gone underground. Pour it on, troops.
Okay, and we're just going to line this with more and more turrets all along these upper areas. Let's even get another side disruptor along the edge here. And I think we just get extra Perdition turrets as well. Like, the more the better at this point, and we get more up in this area as well. So we have a lot of SCVs, which is fine. We just want to keep moving them up to the edges.
Base is under attack.
How's this area going? Losing bunkers because we don't have our Vikings up quite far enough to deal with the Broodlords. Tempting to use the artifact now.
Under attack.
We'll try to get this all set back up.
Upgrade complete.
Lots of Zerg flyers on their way to you, sir.
Okay, Yamato actually being pretty useful. Let's set up some more turrets. And I have Vikings here. Let's move these up to this area. And we need more Perdition turrets, as we've seen.
Under attack.
So it's really just preempting when Kerrigan shows up, because she's going to destroy pretty much an entire side of our defense. Apparently, I moved my Vikings that were back here. I must have F2'd at some
Base
point?
is under attack.
I don't know why they got moved.
Base is under attack.
Might be a good time to use the artifacts Nova, sir.
Nah, dog. We're going to use that. We can use it one time with the heart achievement. You all need to move to the edge here.
Our SCVs are under attack.
And let's just go ahead and get more Marines for Kerrigan. Even though she'll probably kill a bunch of them.
Our SCVs are under attack. Is under attack.
Upgrades, and then Siege Breakers and Hell's Angels. Okay, and the next time Kerrigan comes, she's just gonna wreck our shit. But that's okay, we'll do our best to be prepared for that. Let's just set these tanks up in locations where hopefully they don't get absolutely slaughtered. Like up here. We can even put turrets up here as well to protect the tanks in this location. Okay, and then we got the science vessels to help us out. So I think, yeah, it's not bad. We got a lot of Vikings here. These are going to be my response to the incoming Leviathan, which the Leviathan's a pain, and that's when we're going to use the artifact for sure. This might be it, or this is Kerrigan.
Class 12 psionic waveform detected. The Queen of Blades has returned.
You fools should never have come here.
Alright, this is when she's going to start Razor Swarming, which is truly awful. If we could bait it, that would be nice. Yep, there's one. But she'll just do it again.
Base is under attack.
And surprisingly, yeah, okay, I was going to say, there we go, she did it again there. So we could Yamato her, but in reality it would not help.
Another wave of Zerg flyers, sir.
She's retreated again. Hold the line.
Okay, we don't really need that much extra back here. I think we put one more Viking in the back.
Is under attack.
And that's enough. They keep dropping like individual broodlings, which isn't that bad.
Gangway coming through.
Okay, and then we just siege up a few more tanks just to ensure that nothing gets through here. And I think we're good from that perspective. We need more SCVs on the top. Let's just like send a huge group. I don't even care if they're holding minerals. That's something that usually bothers me, but I don't even care. Let's get some medics out just to heal these up in the meantime, and then we're gonna flesh out our Marines for the next time Kerrigan comes, and then we just have to deal with the Leviathan. If we can survive the Leviathan, I'm pretty confident we'll be okay. I think.
Warning. Class 10 Zerg flyer detected.
Holy sh... Sir, scanners show the largest Zerg biosignature I've ever seen, and it's headed your way.
Base is under attack.
Okay, this is pretty challenging, and it sends endless waves of Mutalisks at you as well. Okay, keep killing those, please. We lost our bunkers in this area. Okay, here we go. We're going to use the Nova, and then we're flying in there, and we're going for it. I think we have enough Vikings to take this thing out. Yeah, it's going down pretty fast, plus the Nova helped a lot. This is the only way I think that I know of to just take this thing down, but we are frozen. Yeah, there we go. I get back on it. It immobilizes you.
Base is under attack.
Okay, there we go. Then we back up. And how's it going up here? How's it going over here? This side has been fine. It's the top side that's been hit really, really hard.
Base is under
It's because
attack.
Kerrigan destroyed our Perdition turrets up here, and then we never replaced them. That's the thing. When Kerrigan attacks, you can survive it, but you have to be ready to follow up with defenses when they go down. This is why I built extra turrets here, and then these Vikings need to get down here and kill these.
Transmission.
Another wave of Zerg flyers, sir.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, like war pigs and stuff like that would not help anymore at this point. Surprisingly, my battlecruisers are still alive, and we've used them to Yamato some broodlords, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just spread these Vikings out.
Base is under attack.
A lot of this is going to depend on where Kerrigan comes from next, I think. So I'm just going to keep building extra turrets everywhere. Okay, they're sending some Scourge as well. I'm going to throw some more SCVs up at the top, because I can never tell how many are up there. And let's also throw some more over here at all times. We got a nice little group to deal with, or, well, not deal with, but help with Kerrigan at least.
Class 12 psionic waveform detected. The Queen of Blades has returned.
You fools. You're playing with forces beyond your comprehension.
Base is
Okay,
under
she's gonna
attack.
zap us with the swarm.
SCVs are under attack.
There we go.
Is under attack.
It doesn't matter if she hits you as long as you can bait it out. That's it. Now she's at the bottom of the ramp. Never mind. She can still see us with it. Okay. Well, I think we baited it out at least. We can at least call down a bunch of units with our extra cash to go after her. She's going to come at us one more time after this, I believe. And this is where she's going to get through this defense, and we just need to send more SCVs over here to rebuild it as fast as possible. But we baited out all the razor swarms.
The artifact's energy nova is fully recharged.
She's on the run, man. Let's keep the pressure on.
Is under attack.
Okay, that could have been a lot worse, and now we have a bunch of mercenaries to help take her down next time. Every little bit. How's the top going? Can we keep losing these bunkers to something? I mean, it's probably broodlords that get a little too close, so let's move up more Vikings.
Incoming transmission.
Lots of Zerg flyers on their way to you, sir.
Okay, yeah, the stuff we have back here is enough, I think.
Can't hold them alone.
We're getting pretty close to the end. Just trying to get rid of these broodlords. We don't want them to get too close because they keep dealing a little bit of extra damage. These large groups down the center are scary, but that's what our battle cruisers are being used for, which is pretty darn good.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Don't underestimate the side disruptors. They are really useful. Okay, excellent.
Lots of Zerg flyers on their way to you, sir.
Okay, and that's most of our... We don't have much money left. We're going to slowly run out here. We're at 90%, or just about that.
Base is under attack.
Now, this certainly feels like a frantic mess, probably because it's a frantic mess. So, we're just gonna hold on, use this group for when Kerrigan comes, throw some errant SCVs up here to help rebuild and repair this side that keeps getting hit really hard. Spend some money on some extra SCVs.
SCVs are under attack. Not enough minerals.
Okay, and again, it's all about like where Kerrigan comes from next.
Artifact's energy is peaking. Just hold out a little longer.
Now, the Vikings on hold position are really important.
Another wave of Zerg flyers, sir. Might be a good time to use the artifact's nova, sir.
Again, we might be able to do this without having to do it, to use it again. Though if we were to use it one more time, it'd be when Kerrigan shows up right at the end, that's for sure.
Can't hold them alone.
Okay, now our income is just super low. We can use mules at least. Okay, this back here is fine. Mixing in some science vessels as well, as you can tell.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
Okay, that looks good. No errant broodlords that we're constantly looking for.
Class 12 psionic waveform detected. The Queen of Blades has returned.
This has gone on long enough.
Is under attack.
Okay, this is it. If we can survive this, if we can survive Kerrigan here, we'll do it. But we have to survive Kerrigan here.
Base is under attack.
Where's the storm? Why is she not doing it? Why is she not doing it? There it is. Okay. Okay, you know what? I think she doubled it up. So again, as long as we survive this and it looks like our artifact area is fine.
Our SCVs.
You're being overrun. Use the artifact.
No.
Go Nova.
No.
You will pay for this treachery.
I hear Sarah. She's losing it.
Save our base.
Artifact power at full capacity.
It's now or never, General. Hit it!
You know, all in all, I think that went pretty well. So the burn and turn 150 units with all in to use the artifact to kill. I don't know. We only got 72, but we only used it once. I think it's a lot more tempting to just push the button. All you got to do is push it. You get a bunch of kills. So I think it's a lot harder to not push the button and then get aces high. So that's what we did. We got aces high. Again, burn and turn, all you do is you just push it more than once. It's not that bad. Lost a ton of units, but overall, that went really well. The fact that most of our battle cruisers even survived at the end there was pretty impressive. I think that went about as well as it could. The all-in air map, I think, is known for being just a big, frantic mess, and we did it. All right, well, that's Wings of Liberty. Let's watch the end cinematic.
Sarah.
You reading all this?
You have your orders, Mr. Findlay. Carry them out.
Titus, what have you done?
I made a deal with the devil, Jimmy. She dies, I go free.
We all got our choices to make.
Damn shame.
Jim?
It's okay. I got you.
Hey, so that's Wings of Liberty. We'll let the credits roll, but at max speed. I hope this was what you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this. I guess that's what I'm looking to say there. I don't know. I'm a little frazzled from this mission. It's a tough map. I hope you like this because we're going straight into Heart of the Swarm. We're going through Heart of the Swarm, Legacy of the Void, Nova Covert Ops. Same sort of idea with showing off the maps to their entirety and playing them hopefully in a less sloppy manner than is typical. So you can just see some pretty good strategies for the missions, pretty good setups for the missions, and using non-repetitive strategies as well. I don't want to do the same thing. Granted, I did use a lot of mercenaries, but I think that strategy alone is diverse enough and it keeps things kind of fresh rather than just Marine Medic. And with Heart of the Swarm, I plan on maybe changing some things as well, where I don't want to just be using the same Kerrigan abilities, the same types of mutations for my units. I might change it in between missions just to try different strategies as opposed to the same thing. I know I've used Wild Mutation a lot in my original playthrough, and I probably will still use a lot of Wild Mutation when we get there, but I plan on on varying it up at least a little bit. And same with Legacy of the Void. We'll change up our unit selections at times. That could be neat. And also really just deciding what I want to do for each map. Because some of the achievements, again, are very arbitrary and require a separate playthrough to do. Some of them have really, again, I'll use the word arbitrary, time limits. So those get more restrictive in Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void. So some of those I'll not worry as much about. Sometimes I might go for mastery achievements if they utilize some really neat strategy that still allows us to experience the whole map, as it were. Like in Mission 3 here, 0 Hour, where we destroyed all the hatcheries. I thought that was a cool showcase of the map. It didn't shorten or lengthen the map in any way. It was just a little extra thing that I could do to show off a little bit. And again, just show some alternate strategies of how to approach stuff. Or little known ways to approach things. So I think that could be cool. So each map is different. Again, some maps I might get both achievements. Some I might only do the mastery. Some I might do none. It just depends on kind of like how the score screen frames the mission. Like, for example, in 0 Hour, it specifically says 8 out of 8. Like, mild irritation of mine to see, like, 4 of 8, even though you get the achievement. So I'm like, I'm going to do all 8. I'm going to try to, at least. I'm going to see if it's possible. I'm going to figure out how to do it. I'm going to try it. So even though that wasn't necessarily based around the achievements, per se, it was based around what I consider, like, a full completion of the map in a satisfying way. And a lot of the times, at least in Wings of Liberty, the achievements do provide that sense of completion and closure, but it's not the case, especially moving into Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void. So, again, I will do what I feel is prudent, and I will also try to vary things up a little bit. And I hope you enjoy that. Doing some like mild role playing, just for goofs, just for fun. And again, I don't really care what people have to say about the story. I'm recording all of these missions so far before I'm even releasing them because I've had this cough for such a long time, so I just record when I'm feeling okay, but I don't know how frequently I can record on top of my normal schedule. So I'm pretty much recording this whole series before I even release it. So I don't even care about lore arguments in the comments, because for some reason, even though it's been 8 years since release, people still squabble over the story of StarCraft 2 and whether you like it or don't like it. I don't care. I just, let people enjoy things and let people go their separate way and allow them to not like something and go and find something they do like. So again, I'm not going to get directly involved in that stuff, but I'm sure there's been plenty of it. I guarantee it. It's so easy to predict. It's something about StarCraft 2 that even after 8 years, people still stick around and watch media involving it just so they can complain. It's very odd to me, but I don't know. It's not the case with everything. Some people don't like stuff and then they leave it be. Wow, that's a lot of names. Slow it down to half speed so you can read all the credits, folks. It's very important. I don't know, I always watch the credits for games that I play, even though it's not like you can really focus on anything that's going by right now. We're in the thanks too, that means we're right near the end. There was one specific place, I was kind of worried about the achievement, killing the Brutalisk with lava. I think there was a possibility that I actually killed it with my Reapers, even though it was in the lava. Because when I went back and I checked the videos, I skimmed through them and I noticed that. I was like, oh geez, someone's gonna call me out on that. I didn't actually kill it with the lava. I don't know, though. I actually can't tell. It may have actually been the lava, but we had it pretty low. But the whole idea is it would have died from the lava if we moved our Reapers away so it wasn't attacking. Now I'm just filling the dead air. It looks like we're at the end now. That song was from Elite Tauren Chieftain, which is the Internal Blizzard band that we had spoken about in the past. That there was an advertisement for a fake advertisement on the news. All right, that's Wings of Liberty. We'll come back and play Heart of the Swarm. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.